Today in this video we will discuss about the chemical reactions of alcohols and phenols and acidic character. That is the main important question. Definitely in every examination they are asking the acidity character of alcohols and phenols. Why they are increasing or decreasing or more or less, they are asking about this one. So in this video we will discuss about the acidic character of alcohols and phenols or chemical properties. Generally ROH, that means alcohols, or AROH, that is benzene ring with alcohols. Okay, alcohols and phenols. Generally, in the alcohols and phenols, they will act as nucleophiles as well as electrophiles, both. How they are acting? Because the breakage of bond between the, suppose in ROH, okay, RO and H, if the bond is broken between the oxygen and hydrogen, that means RO minus and H plus. So they are acting like a nucleophiles. If the bond is broken between the CH3OH, if it is there, if a bond is broken between the carbon and oxygen, they will act as electrophiles. That means protonated alcohols. Electrophiles are, they are also called protonated alcohols. Since the bond is broken between the breaking, according to the breakage of bonds between the oxygen and hydrogen or carbon and oxygen. So the reactions are discussed as first one, the bond is broken between the oxygen and hydrogen, cleavage between these two. And the second characters we will discuss between the carbon and oxygen bond breaking. So like this, the cleavages, as for the cleavages we are discussing, that means these are acting like a nucleophiles, these are acting like a electrophiles. So remember, this is the most important, means alcohols and phenols, they are acting as nucleophiles as well as electrophiles also. So how they are acting and how they are reacting, so let us discuss in detail. So this is the main important portion. So first let us discuss the bondage cleavage is in between oxygen and hydrogen bond. If it is breaking down, how they will act, how they are called the acidic character, what is acidic character and how it will be estimated, like this, all these things we will discuss. Now, let us discuss the first one, reactions involving the cleavage between oxygen and hydrogen. The best examples we can give that one. Some reactions let us discuss, then whether they are releasing the hydrogen gas or not, or water or not, let us see. As per that one, we will decide whether they are showing the acidic character or not. Suppose example, first one, reactions involving with the metals, like active metals like sodium, potassium and aluminum. So these are the things. Suppose let us see ROH, that is alcohol, if it reacts with the sodium metal, what they are giving? They are giving the RONA, that means sodium alkoxide plus hydrogen gas. Sodium alkoxide plus hydrogen gas, that is 2 times 2 times 2 plus. Okay, that means since they are releasing the hydrogen gas, so that means sodium alkoxides and hydrogen is releasing. Therefore, we can say that alcohols are showing the acidic nature. Similarly, phenols. Okay, phenols. Okay, if they are reacting with the sodium metal, gives sodium phenoxide ONA and hydrogen gas. That means since they are releasing the protons, that is hydrogens, so that's why they are called as acidic character. They are showing the acidic character. Since now let us see alkoxide ions, sodium alkoxide and sodium phenoxides and hydrogen gas is releasing. So they are also called acidic character. Now one more thing is there. If benzene only, that is phenol, it reacts with the sodium hydroxide, and that is they will form the sodium alcohol, that is phenoxide, sodium phenoxide plus water. So this is the product of water. Water is also considered as an acid. Okay. But okay, so since they are releasing the hydrogen, so they are called also acidic character they are having. So we can say that alcohols and phenols are showing the acidic character. That means they are the acids. So alcohols and phenols are acids. How you can prove? By reaction with the sodium or potassium or aluminum like active metals. Now aluminum also, let us see one more example of aluminum also. That means tertiary butyl alcohol. Tertiary butyl alcohol. Or, so what is the name is to be given here? Since it is having the 3 carbon atoms longest chain. So at the second carbon methyl group is also there, alcoholic group is also there. That means 2-methyl, 2-hydroxy. Hydroxy, what is this? Propane. Also we can write down R. 2-methyl, okay, propan 2-ol. Propan 2-ol. Suppose this one, if it is a treatment with the aluminum metal, okay, what it will do generally, accordingly this textbook, it is the 6 molecules of this one if you take it and with the alcohol, aluminum, what they will give? They will form the CH3, 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 OAl. That means 2 times of aluminum is there, so 2 times of Al means this molecules will be 3 times, total 6 times. Plus water will be, we are getting H2 or hydrogen or water we are getting. Okay, so hydrogen, water, hydrogen only we are getting. So since it is releasing the hydrogen, so we can say that it is also acting like alcohol, is also acting like an acid. So this is also equation which is more important. So balanced chemical equation is more important. So this is also very, very important. That means with aluminum also, active metals like aluminum also, it is proving that this alcohol is an acid. They are showing the acidic characters. So this is the one. So hence we can say that alcohols and phenols are Bronsted acids. So this is the one important word. So they are acting, they are just like the Bronsted acids. That means they are nothing but they are donating the proton. They are donating the proton to the bases. They are donating the proton to the bases. So that's why they are acting like an acids. So we can say that alcohols and phenols are also Bronsted acids. So this is the important one. Acidic character is also explained by some other examples also. First one we explained that reaction with the metals, active metals. So secondly, we can say that the polarity between the oxygen and hydrogen also we can say the acidic character due to the polarity, showing polarity between the oxygen and hydrogen also. Okay, examples. Let us see polar nature of oxygen and hydrogen. Oxygen is having the negative charge and this is having the positive charge. Okay, suppose ROH is there. If electron releasing group is there, okay, if electron releasing group is there, since like a methyl group or ethyl group, okay, or propyl group, so like this CH3, CH2, CH2, propyl groups are there. All these are the electron releasing groups. If electron releasing groups are there in the alcohol, then what will happen? Electron releasing, if it is releasing group is there, what will happen? The electron density on the oxygen decreases. Electron density decreases on the oxygen. Ultimately, what will happen? Acidic character will be decreases as the number of alkyl groups are increasing on this one. So that is also there. Suppose alkyl groups are there, that is electron releasing groups are there in the alcohol, then what will happen? The polarity nature of this oxygen decreases. Ultimately, acidic character decreases. If the number of alkyl groups are more and more, then what will happen? The acidic character decreases. Example, already we know that ROH that is R. That means 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree alcohols. Then where the electronic density increases on the carbon. So here only one carbon atom methyl group is there. Here 2 methyl groups are there, or either 3 methyl groups are there. So then what will happen? The electronic density decreases on the oxygen atom. Ultimately the acidic character decreases. So this is the strongest acid, this is the weakest acid. So this is also very more important, which will influence the acidic character in alcohols. So that is also more important. Why that this one? If the electronic density on the oxygen decreases, what will happen? Polarity of oxygen also decreases. Ultimately acidic character will be decreases. So this is the more important. That means they will ask to arrange the alcohols or phenols in their increasing order of their acidic character. So you have to check first 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degrees. So 1 degree is having the highest one. Okay, it is having the more than this, more than this. So it is having the least. Okay, so that is the character. This is also very, very important. So we can say that one more important things are there. Already we discussed that alkoxide ions. So that is proton donors. Already we told that one. Alcohols are the proton donors. If they are proton donors, we can say that already these alcohols and phenols are weaker acids than water. So that is also more important. Alcohols and phenols are acidic character. That means they are weak acids than the water. Example, suppose RO alkoxide ion. If you take it alkoxide ions, it is acting like a base. If you take it the water HOH, H2O, then what will happen? This is we will consider that it will give the hydrogen ion. So that's why it will be considered as a acid. It will be considered as a base. Then what will happen? It forms the alcohol ROH plus OH minus. That means 2 electrons will come and occupy this. Okay, so it will come here, it will go like this here, then automatically ROH and this one. So what they will form? Base it is there and acid is there. So what is the difference between these two, RO and ROH? So only one hydrogen is a difference. Then if a hydrogen difference is there, then they are called the conjugated acid base pair. So this is the base means, so this is the conjugated acid it will form, and it will form the conjugated base. So they will form this one. If they are forming this one, they will be called as Bronsted bases. So that means alcohols and phenols, they are acting like a Bronsted bases. What is the meaning of Bronsted base? That means they will proton donors. What they will do? These alcohols and phenols, they will give one proton, okay, donors, and our alkoxide ions, they will accept the protons. So that's why they will be acting like a Bronsted bases. So that means water is a proton donor here. It is donating the one proton. So then alcohol to the alcohol. So and forming the alcohol. So we can say that water is the strong acid than the alcohol. So or you can say that it is acting like a alcohols and phenols are acting like a Bronsted bases. As earlier we said that one, they will act like a Bronsted acids, they are acting like a Bronsted bases. That means why they are acting like this one? Since they are having the unshared pair of electrons on the oxygen. That is the more important. Unshared pairs of electrons on the oxygen. So they are acting like a Bronsted bases. Now let us see the acidity in phenols. So that is also important. So just observe it. This is the phenol structure. If you observe this structure, then already we know that the hybridization state of this carbon atom where the oxygen is attached. So you know very well. So that is it is nothing but it is in the sp2 hybridization state. That is the more important. sp2 hybridized state. Already we know that it is in the double bond character. So that's why it is the sp2 hybridized character. That is one important one. If the carbon is in the sp2 hybridization state, its electronegativity is very high. So that is also important point. Now, if you check it, here oxygen and hydrogen. So the bonds breaking between the oxygen and hydrogen we are doing. So since it is a sp2 hybridized state of this carbon atom, so it is the electronic withdrawing group will be there. So OH will act like an electronic withdrawing group. Okay. So once the electronic withdrawing group is there, then what will happen? So it will forms the negative delocalization of charge will be there. Negative charge will be there. So already check this one. These two electrons will be supplied to this one, and it will form as the double bond, and oxygen will get the positive character. Suppose where it is there, double bond formation is there, automatically negative charge will be formed, and already we know that it is at the ortho position and at the para position. Changes will be there. That means charge distribution will be there at the positions at the ortho and the para positions, not at the meta position. Electronic withdrawing groups are there. So when they are forming, these are the resonance structures of the phenol. So you have, whenever they are asking the question, you have to draw the resonance structures. So first, where the double bonds are there, after resonating structures, so final, what are the, where they are there, just you have to go through once. That is the more important. Okay, right. So that means the distribution charge will be there at the ortho and para positions. So this is the most important. Since it is the electronegativity, highest electronegativity, then what will happen? It decreases the electronic density at the oxygen atom. When the electron density decreases, what will happen? Slowly it will form the charges are there. When there are electronic withdrawing groups are there and sp2 hybridized carbon atom is there, slowly what will happen? The phenols shows the acidic character when there are the electronic withdrawing groups are there. Okay. Now we have to discuss about the formation of alkoxide ions. Okay, oxygen of OH group to be positive. Okay, right. And again, it shows that phenol is a more acidic character than the alcohols. How they will be showing? Let us discuss. Now let us see one more important property, that means stabilization of alkoxide ions or phenoxide ions. Okay, alkoxide and phenoxide ions, which is more stable and which is more this one, let us discuss. So now if you observe it, in the phenol or in the alcohol or OH, oxygen is attached to the carbon whose hybridization state is sp3. But in phenol, the hybridization of oxygen, is sp2. This is sp2. This is the main difference. Okay, if you observe this one, that means sp2 hybridization carbon is having a more electronegative character than the sp3 hybridized carbon. So you can say that one. Suppose in the alkoxide, the formation of alkoxide ion, that means from the alcohols, then what will happen? The negative charge is localized only at the oxygen. But whereas in the phenoxide ion, if it is there, that means due to the electronegative character of sp2 hybridized carbon atom, the electron density on the oxygen decreases. So here also electron releasing group is there of this methyl group, so oxygen character decreases. Electronegative character decreases. Then what will happen? Here there was no change or local distribution. There was no local distribution in alkoxide ion, whereas in the phenoxide ion, the negative charge will be distributed at different positions, that is ortho and para positions. So due to this one, that is sp2 hybridized carbon atom, and due to the distribution of the charge, then what will happen? This is the alkoxide phenoxide ion is more stable than the alkoxide ion. Then, so if it is there, then what will happen? Ultimately, oxygen, electronic withdrawing group is there, so it will be the less unshared pairs of, less negative charge is there. And here more negative charge is there. So that's why what will happen? This alkoxide, phenoxide ions are more stable than the alkoxide ions. If it is more stable is there, that means electron density decreases and automatically the acidic character increases. So phenoxide ions are more acidic than the alkoxide ions. So this is also one more important property. That is also we should learn it. sp2 higher electronegativity, electron density decreases on the oxygen. Ultimately, it is more acidic than the alkoxide ions. So that is the more important. Now last concept in the cleavage of oxygen and hydrogen. That is nothing but the esterification. That is formation of esters. In 10th class you might have learned that an alcohol reacts with an acid. Alcohol reacts with an acid, forms a sweet smelling compound, that is nothing but the ester. Okay, generally ester formation, generally it is nothing but RO, C double bond O, R dash. Here R and R dash are the alkyl groups, different alkyl groups. That means generally what is esterification? Formation of an ester by reacting an alcohol with an acid is the one, or acid chloride or acid anhydride. So three reactions are there. With reaction with acids, alcohol react with acids, alcohols reacts with anhydrates, alcohols reacts with chlorides, acid chlorides. So these are the three important reactions are there. They will ask the reason in this question also. So then now, so how it will be formed? That means a breakage of bond between the oxygen and hydrogen will be taken place and forms water, and components will be formed RO, C double bond O, R dash. An ester will be formed. Whenever ester is formed here, water will be the byproduct. If it is left out in the reaction, it will be the reversible reaction. The reverse reaction will be taken place. So then what you have to do? This water will be removed. Okay, so that always it will form the ester. This reaction will be carried in the presence of a sulfuric acid concentrate, that is an acid, H plus ions. So this is the more important reaction. Here what you have to do? To get the forward reaction, we have to remove the water then and there. Second one. So this is the main important one. Next one, before going to the second reaction, first of all, how the anhydrates will be formed. That is also more important. Then RCOOH group is there. Okay, if you take two molecules of this, that means R C double bond O OH, R C double bond O OH. If you take it, then what will happen? Water will be removed. That means anhydration will be taken place. Then a compound will be formed, R C double bond O C double bond O R. So both molecules are same. So this compound we will call it as acid anhydride. Suppose if you take CH3 here, so two carbon atoms compound, acetic acid. So anhydride of acetic acid is called the acetic anhydride. Acetic anhydride. So here how many number of carbon atoms acid you are taking, that anhydride you will get it, that is removal of water only. So that's why we have written here, here R is there, here R dash C double bond O, R C double bond O, O is common for the both the atoms. So that's why R dash C double bond O twice O. This is called the acid anhydride. Suppose if you take acid anhydride, again what will happen? Acid, that is ester will be formed and one more molecule of this anhydride will be left out. With that one H is there, they will form again acid. Again they will form the acid. Then means what you will get? R dash C double bond O, O R is one ester, one ester will be there, and again one more is also there, R dash CO, one more O is there, H is there, OH. That means acid also will be formed. So here the two products you will get it. One is ester and second one is the acid. If you take acetic acid here, acetic anhydride, you will get the acetic acid and ester. So this also will be taken place in the presence of a strong supply of the hydrogen ions. That is sulfuric acid or any other acid we will take it. But so this is about the acid anhydride. First of all, you should know what is acid anhydride. That is more important. Acid anhydride means two molecules of acid, remove the water, whatever you are getting, you will get the acid anhydride. So this is the most important. Acid anhydride on treatment with this alcohol, then what you will get? One molecule of ester and another molecule of same acid you will get it. So this is the more important, second one. And the third one, acid chloride. Acid chloride means RCOOH. Okay, and treatment with the chlorine gas, you will get HCl molecule will be left out, or C double bond O, OCl, that is acid chloride you will get. Yes, treatment of acid chloride to the alcohol, it will also forms the ester or O, C double bond O, R. Okay. And again, so what is left out here? Here H will be removed and Cl will be removed, and you will get it as HCl, that is acid, you will get the byproduct. So when acid is getting the byproduct, if it is not removed, again the reaction will be taken place. So to neutralize this acid, we will take this reaction, we will continue this reaction in the presence of a base, that is pyridine. Or pyridine or pyridine, we will use it. So this is the most important. Why do we use pyridine? It is a base. Why do we use pyridine? To remove the acid whatever it is formed and neutralize this one. To neutralize this one, we will use the pyridine and you will get the ester. So that means this is also why we are discussing these reactions. All these reactions involving the breakage of bond between the oxygen and hydrogen, cleavage. So that means, so this is about the cleavage. This cleavage indicates that alcohols and phenols are acidic nature, and again water is more acidic than these alcohols and phenols. But phenols are more acidic than the alcohols. Already we know that phenoxide ion and formation of alkoxide ions, ionization. So that character also we should discuss. So you should learn these reactions so that you will get a score. You can score minimum 2 marks from this concept only. So this is about the reactions involved in the cleavage between the oxygen and hydrogen. Next topic, cleavage between the carbon and oxygen atom. Let us discuss. So in this reaction, alcohol with acid chlorides will use the ester and hydrochloric acid. To neutralize this hydrochloric acid, what we are using in this reaction will be taken place in the presence of pyridine, which is a base. What it will do? It neutralizes the acid. So ultimately the reaction is favorable towards the forward reaction. That means, so that is about this one. Now what we are doing, we are introducing the acetyl group CH3 C double bond O group, this group in the alcohols or phenols. Okay, so that introduction we will call it as acetylation. Acetylation. So acetylation means introduction of acetyl group in the alcohol or phenols, that is called the acetylation. So generally one example is that is the most important, salicylic acid. So what is the salicylic acid? Just you observe it. Okay, acid group as well as the alcoholic group is there, both. This is called the salicylic acid. Salicylic acid. In this one, if you want to introduce the acetyl group, then what we have to do? We will take the acid anhydride. That means acetic anhydride. And acetic anhydride means CH3C double bond O. Okay, that is 2 times already we should know it. So removal of water from the acetic acid of 2 molecules will give the acid anhydride. In the acid anhydride when it is taken place, it should be taken place in the presence of a concentrated sulfuric acid. So then what it will give us? This acetyl group will be introduced in the that is acidic benzoic acid, COOH. Here in this place OCH3C double bond OC or OC double bond OCH3. That means salicylic acetyl salicylic acid. Acetyl group is there, salicylic acid group is there. So this is called the acetyl salicylic acid. So this acetyl salicylic acid generally we will in our tablets we will call it as aspirin. Aspirin tablets. Aspirin means acetyl salicylic acid. This acetyl salicylic acid aspirin is having a special characters. Okay, this is the antipyretes, that means temperature. Antipyretic character and analgesic characters. So that's why we are using this aspirin tablets in many ways. Headache and temperature, to lower the temperature, everything. It is having the special characters. It is possessing the antipyrete characters and again anti this one. Okay, so that's why we are using this character. So this is the important point. That means this is a conversion also. Salicylic acid to aspirin, acetyl salicylic acid. Introduction of acetyl group, that's we are calling it as acetylation. Okay, either in alcohols or phenols.